got quite a busy week ahead. Also, a very important week. So I just had a discussion with a new postgraduate student, and now I'm already late, so I'm heading to class for a JBL session. Just done with the JBL session, so usually I go out for lunch now, but we have a little short meeting, the lecturers, so lunch is going to be delayed today. Then with the lecturers meeting, now I'm waiting for my lunch delivery. Thank you. Thank you. Got a nice burger for lunch. You see? Yeah. KGB. Killer Gourmet Burgers. This is a good burger. Okay, done with lunch. And now I'm off to my tutorial. So it's an interesting story, the tutorial. Since this is my first year as an academic staff, I wasn't assigned my own group. So I was asked to just tag along and observe the other lecturers while I familiarize myself with the syllabus and with the format of tutorials. But one of the lecturers is unavailable for a few months, so I was asked to substitute and to take over from her group. So now, for the first time, I am conducting a tutorial session all by myself. Let's see how it goes. And I am done with my tutorial. Luckily, the topic for this tutorial wasn't too complicated, so I was able to grasp it relatively easy. So yeah, conducted the tutorial session with the students, no major problems. So yay! On to tomorrow. So I'm heading to work now. No classes in the morning, but I do have an online meeting for a national level conference that my faculty is organizing next month. And then in the evening, it's off to the lab for a practical session with the first year dental students. Heading to the lab now for the practical session. Meeting this morning was okay, but I noticed that actually, I just noticed, I've noticed for a while, but after the meeting just now, I spent like 20 minutes to half an hour just texting and emailing people, and then it occurred to me, or it reoccurred to me, just how important communication is nowadays in pretty much every field, including academics. So, and since we can send text messages and email all through our phone, we end up looking at our phones a lot during the day, and it's work. So the next time you see someone staring at their phone, typing away furiously, don't assume that they are just on social media or playing a game. They might actually be doing work. Done with practical session for today. And as you can see, it is quite hot in Malaysia today. Not just today. We're currently going through a heat wave. Well, the day is finally here. 17th of May 2023, the first time I'll be delivering a lecture as an academic staff. But first, I'm gonna get a bite to eat. Had my breakfast already, so now I'm heading to the faculty. My class is in another 50 minutes. So the approach I'm taking to my class is a bit different from some of the other lecturers. So usually they would provide their students with copies of their lecture slides, and then the students would bring their slides to class on their tablets, take notes, make references and stuff like that. But for me, I'm doing it a bit differently. The lecture slides that I provided to the students are not complete. They are only partially complete. So the students will need to fill in their slides during my lecture, where I will be filling in all the blanks in their slides. It's just something that I decided to do to ensure that the students pay attention in class, and also I feel like it will help them understand the topic better. It will help them retain the information better as well if they are forced to actually like listen to me in the lecture and also take notes during the lecture. We'll see how it goes. And I am done with my first lecture. It was quite fun. I enjoyed myself. Got a bit of a dry throat at the end of it, talking for almost an hour. It's fine. I just gulped down a whole bunch of water at the end. But yeah, it was fun. It was a it was a good experience. I've been with the students since October when they started their year. But I was only participating in like tutorials, practicals. So I'm familiar with the students and they are familiar with me. Just that this was my first actual lecture that I delivered. So at the beginning, I formally introduced myself to the class, and they were very supportive. They even applauded me, which I wasn't expecting. And my approach of only giving them partially filled lecture slides seems to have worked. I noticed that the students were actually paying attention in class, and when I provided them with the information, they filled in their slides on their tablets with their styluses. Some students just took photos of the slides. I assume they will fill in their slides when they get back to their dorms. Some students weren't even taking notes or taking photos, so I assume that they will just copy from their friends later. It's fine. But yeah, I think I quite like this approach of only giving them partially filled slides, so I think I'll stick with it. Oh yeah, to fill in the slides, I didn't just give them all the answers straight away. I actually asked some of the students in class what they thought was the answer to fill in the blanks in their slides. And rather than just asking for volunteers, because as you know, if you ask for a volunteer in class, nobody will volunteer. And if you pinpoint students, it's not that fun. So I added a little bit of like gamification to my question and answers in the lecture. I took the attendance sheet and I asked students one at a time to like, whenever I had a question, I just asked one student to choose a number randomly from the attendance sheet, and whoever number that they chose, they would be the one to answer my question. And when I first introduced this, the students were quite, I don't know, shocked, I guess. But they seemed to enjoy it because whenever they called out a number and it turned out to be their friend, they were laughing and everything. So I think that's quite a fun approach as well. It makes the lecture more interactive, letting the students choose each other randomly and blindly whenever I ask a question. And yeah, it's just fun. It's more interactive, it's more fun. It helps the students stay active, I guess, and alert in class. So I think this is something that I'll keep moving forward for my future lectures as well. So now I have a bit of a break. This afternoon, my faculty is having a Raya feast, a Jamuan Raya. I guess in English you would call it an Eid festival. Yeah. So it's a faculty level, so all the lecturers, all the staff, all the students are invited. So it will be quite a big event. I'll try and film something later.
Terima kasih kepada semua rakan-rakan yang hadir pada hari ini, tetamu.
I just reached the faculty this morning. It's Thursday, pretty much the last day of the week for me, since I don't have any classes or meetings or anything tomorrow. But it took me more than an hour to reach this morning. traffic is never fun in Malaysia, especially in KL. So I'm on my way to my second class now. My first class was yesterday and today is my second class, 8 a.m. today. So I didn't have time to go and have breakfast first, so I got a little banana bread for a snack. So off to my second class. And that's it. I have completed my second lecture, which is half of my teaching load for the year. I quite enjoy it actually. Ever since I was maybe a postgraduate, when I was teaching lab techniques or like mentoring the younger undergraduate students, I found that I quite enjoy teaching. And now that I've actually conducted 2 lectures for the undergraduate students, I think it's pretty much confirmed that I actually do quite enjoy teaching. So this is my first year as an academic staff, so the department were very kind and they are easing me into it. They only gave me 4 lectures towards the end of the year, and I expect that next year I'll be given more lectures, which to be honest I'm quite excited about. There was actually a bit of drama this morning for my lecture. So I do my lecture slides in Google Slides and they are stored in my Google Drive. But for some reason, the internet in the class this morning was down, so I had no access to my slides. So I had to run to the department office, which luckily did have internet access, downloaded my slides to a thumb drive, and then headed back to the class using my thumb drive, or using my slides in the thumb drive for the class. So a little bit of drama, but nothing too serious. I was still able to finish my class on time, or almost on time. I think I went like 5 minutes over. So yeah, a little bit of drama for my second lecture. And that is basically the end of the week for me. I have no more classes, no more meetings, no more appointments or anything. So the rest of today and tomorrow will just be me doing my own work. And with that, this is now the end of the video. Thanks for watching.